So many people are misinterpreting this data point and I can't stand it anymore, so I had to make a video about it along with the market report this week, but I'll get into that in a moment. Days on market is a very important statistic, not quite as important as months of inventory, which is my favorite number to track. However, days on market is a number that you're going to notice is dramatically increased, meaning it's taking longer, or if you looked at the numbers, you would assume that it's taking longer for properties to sell right now. In reality, properties take a long time to sell sometimes. Some properties take a lot of time to sell sometimes, and others sell really, really quickly. But right now, when we're in an environment that has had a massive pullback in listing supply over the past 6 weeks, like massive, to the point where, Leaside was at 78 or 79 listings like a month or just over a month ago, and now we're at 35 listings in that one area. And that's including Leaside, Davisville, Yonge and Eglinton, like whole area, only 35 houses for sale. And that's totally normal for this time of year. However, we do have some buyers still out and about. So what are they going to buy if there's no new sexy listings out there? They're going to buy some existing properties that normally would take longer to sell for whatever reason. Maybe they were overpriced for a long time and now they've come back down to a reasonable number. Who knows? Maybe there's something about this property that buyers were overlooking and they weren't willing to compromise on when there were other, newer, better options, better priced options. Who knows? But those options in general aren't on the table as they were. So people are going into the market to see if they have to buy. Maybe they have a pre-approval that's expiring. But again, pre-approval expiring is more of an issue of as rates were increasing regularly, then your pre-approval had to be used. Otherwise, you'd cost yourself more money on the next property because you'd have to qualify for a higher rate now as rates were coming up. But that's not really a thing anymore. So nobody's really rushing to get ahead of a pre-approval right now because there's more of a downward movement in rates, that kind of talk out there right now. Not anytime soon, but that's more of the talk out there right now. So why are people buying these properties that others were overlooking before? And honestly, that's a good question. Why are they buying it? Well, number one, because they have more certainty about the future. They realize that rates aren't going to be consistently climbing like they were. But they also need to get into this neighborhood for whatever reason. There are certain neighborhoods that are in massive demand. And as listing supply pulls back, it's not like buyers go anywhere. Sure, they're like chilling a little bit this time of year as the holidays approach, but they're still buying. So the days on the market statistic can be misleading at times like this. When it increases, we're actually it's not signaling some sort of down market right now. And if you've been following this blog for any period of time, you know that I have a very different opinion about this market, it being way more calm, way more predictable, and way more normal than anything that we've gone through in the past 3 years or so. Anyway, so my name is Ara Memorian. I am the founder and team leader at the Spring Team here in Toronto. We operate in Peterborough and Hamilton, Victoria, British Columbia, and here in Toronto, selling residential real estate and running this blog every single week for 198 weeks in a row since March of 2020 when COVID hit us is when I started tracking the market weekly. To this day, I still believe that I'm the only person tracking the market weekly, which is insane to me because it allows us to keep our finger on the pulse. And a lot of you watching this video and reading this blog have benefited greatly from this information. And I'm going to continue to do this. So the best way you can support this work that we're doing here is to subscribe to the YouTube channel and to make sure that you are a newsletter subscriber. The link for that is in the description below as well. So I'm going to keep this relatively short because I have a garage to clean out and I really kind of want to get to that right now. And I'm going to do that. So in general, I want you to pay attention to the days on market statistic. It's very, very important for you to do so. But also understand the context behind why it's moving in whichever direction it's moving in. Just like a kid, asking why a million times is going to get you so far with this type of stuff, with anything really. So ask me why. Ask me all the questions. Read the blog below. And I'm going to go. I'm keeping this under 5 minutes. I got shit to do. Have an awesome day, everybody. I'll see you in week 199 next week. Let me know if there's anything you want to talk about. Next week's probably not going to be the most serious market report. I don't know what I'm going to do. Last year I did a poem that sucked. But this year, maybe I'll dance outside naked or something. I don't know. Give me some suggestions. Talk to you guys later. Have a good one.